Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. A hijacked plane from Libya lands in Malta with 118 people, including 7 crew members, on board. At least 88 civilians are killed in Turkish airstrikes on Daesh group Bastion in northern Syria. And UN Security Council delays vote on resolution against Israeli settlements. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. Maltese Prime Minister said today that the hijackers of the Libyan plane have surrendered, been searched and taken into custody. Hijackers diverted a Libyan plane carrying 118 people to the Mediterranean island of Malta today and threatened to blow it up with hand grenades, officials said. The Maltese Prime Minister said passengers had been released from the hijacked Libyan plane after tense negotiations. The hijacked Airbus A320 flight, operated by Afriqiya Airways, was travelling from the Libyan oasis city of Sabha to Tripoli when it was diverted to Malta. Emergency teams were immediately dispatched to the site of what the Malta Airport Agency called an unlawful interference on the airport tarmac. All flights into Malta International Airport were diverted. According to a government statement, Malta's National Security Committee was coordinating the hostage operation and a negotiating team was on site. At least 88 civilians have been killed in 24 hours of Turkish airstrikes on Daesh group Bastion in northern Syria. A barrage of raids hit Al-Bab area, killing 72 civilians, including 21 children. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, bombardment continued on today, leaving another 16 civilians dead, including 3 children. Turkish forces and their Syrian rebel allies have been seeking to capture Al-Bab, about 25 kilometers from the northern Syrian border, for weeks. Turkish troops entered Syria on August 24th in support of pro-Ankara Syrian rebels, with the aim of ousting Daesh group as well as Kurdish militia from the border area. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the recapture of the devastated city of Aleppo by Syrian regime forces was a very important step towards stabilizing the war-torn country. The Syrian army said late Thursday that it had retaken full control of Aleppo, scoring its biggest victory against opposition forces since the civil war erupted in 2011. According to sources, some 34,000 people had been evacuated from rebel-held eastern Aleppo since December 15th. Egypt said today it agreed to delay a vote on a UN Security Council resolution against Israeli settlements during a phone call between President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and US President-elect Donald Trump. Egypt yesterday requested that the vote be postponed, a day after it submitted the draft text to the Council. Israel had asked Trump to intervene after learning that Washington, in a reversal of its policy under President Barack Obama, would not veto the resolution. Trump, who issued a statement demanding that Washington exercise a veto, called Sisi. Israel had launched a frantic lobbying effort to pressure Egypt to drop the bid and reach out to its supporters in the United States and at the Security Council for support. Trump's intervention and the Egyptian decision to postpone the vote appeared to have caught Washington off guard, with US Secretary of State John Kerry cancelling plans for a speech laying out a vision for the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. The UN Security Council will vote today on whether to impose an arms embargo and sanctions on South Sudan, but diplomats said they expected the measure to fail. The Council will decide on the US-drafted resolution calling for a 1-year ban on weapon sales to the war-torn country. The United States, backed by Britain and France, has argued that cutting off the arms flow was urgently needed, following UN warnings that the country faced the risk of mass atrocities. Russia, China, Japan, Malaysia, Venezuela, and more importantly, the 3 African Council members, Angola, Egypt, and Senegal, have all expressed serious reservations. Under the proposed resolution, South Sudan's rebel leader Riek Machar, Army Chief Paul Malong, and Information Minister Michael Macri would be put on a sanctions blacklist, subjected to an assets freeze and a global travel ban. UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon is backing the US call to ban arms deals with South Sudan, saying an embargo would reduce the capacity of all sides to wage war. The The Tunisian man suspected of driving a truck into a crowded Christmas market in Berlin was killed early today in a shootout with police in Milan, ending a Europe-wide manhunt. Italy's Interior Minister said checks conducted after the shootout showed the person killed, without a shadow of a doubt, Anas Amri, is the suspect of the terrorist attack. The Daesh group claimed responsibility for the Monday attack in Berlin, which killed 12 and injured 56 others. Final test results confirm an experimental Ebola vaccine is highly effective, a major milestone that could help prevent the spread of outbreaks like the one that killed thousands in West Africa. Efforts to develop an Ebola vaccine were ramped up after the infectious disease caused a major outbreak, beginning in 2013 in Guinea and spreading to Liberia and Sierra Leone. About 11,300 people died. The World Health Organization led the study of the vaccine, which was developed by the Canadian government and is now licensed to the US-based Merck company. The vaccine was given to about 5,800 people last year in Guinea as the virus was waning. All had some contact with the new Ebola patient. They got the vaccine right away or 3 weeks later. After a 10-day waiting period, no Ebola cases developed in those immediately vaccinated, and 23 cases turned up among those with delayed vaccination. Still to come in our news bulletin. A ceremony is held in the Governorate of Muscat to mark the graduation of nursing students. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A source in the Ministry of Health clarified that the maternity ward in the Royal Hospital will be closed for 1 month for maintenance works. The ministry also called on the women from outside the Governorate of Muscat to cooperate with the hospital administration and, in case of emergency, head for the hospitals available in their areas. This will also help in preventing pressure on the accommodation capacity of the hospital during the closing period of the maternity ward. The importance of training programs for those working in the library sector and establishment of a union for Omani university libraries, as well as building a digital repository for scientific research, topped the recommendations of the first Cultural Forum for Public and Scientific Libraries. The forum was organized by the Department of Heritage and Culture in the Wilaya of Sur in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. The forum also stressed on the significance of attention towards child literature in order to prepare a generation that loves reading and education. It also focused on the participation of public libraries in activities held inside and outside the Sultanate. A ceremony was held to mark the graduation of nursing students under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Hamoud bin Khalfan Al-Harthi, Ministry of Education Undersecretary for Teaching and Curricula, in the presence of His Excellency the Undersecretary of Health, senior officials from the ministry and other dignitaries and students' relatives. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai.
It was a dream come true for many students as educational institutes of the Ministry of Health celebrated graduation of 595 students, of whom 79 from Oman Specialized Nursing Institute have received a postgraduate diploma in emergency, adult critical care, pediatric and neonatal critical care and midwifery, while 115 received a bachelor degree in general nursing and 23 bachelor degree in community health nursing. From the Institute of Health Sciences, out of 182 students, 18 of them received a bachelor degree in physiotherapy, while the rest received diploma in physiotherapy, medical laboratory, X-ray, assistant dental surgery, including 79 medical emergency care graduated from the Institute of Health Sciences for Royal Oman Police. Oman Nursing Institute 137 received diploma in general nursing. Oman Institute of Health Information Technology 13 received diploma in health information technology, and Oman Assistant Pharmacy Institute 46 received the diploma in pharmacy. Professor Mustafa Fahmi, Dean Pharmacist Institute, delivered a speech at the beginning of the graduation ceremony, during which he congratulated the graduates and wished them success in their working lives and actively contribute in the renaissance of the nation by performing their duty in the healthcare institutions. He added the directives and attentions given by the Minister of Health to these Ministry of Health educational institutions were right and accurate and wise decision, which the country has been successfully bearing the fruits throughout the years. He added the institute have been supporting Oman healthcare services with medical cadres who received great attention by the Minister of Health to enable them to get higher qualification such as bachelor degree, master's degree and doctorate either inside or outside the Sultanate, and this has significantly improved the healthcare quality. After that, graduate Anisa Al-Roshidia gave a speech on behalf of the graduate in which she said that throughout their studies they were in a special journey on accomplishment ship with strong intention and willingness to reach the top position. She added, they are now ready rolling up their sleeves, starting building the mission. She thanked the Ministry of Health and the Institute faculty.
I would like to thank everyone. Front of this, my father and mother, and the leader of this country, Sultan Qaboos.
First of all, I am congratulate all the students who is in Institute of Health Science as Nursing Institute. I hope to enjoy in the life and also good work in the future, inshallah.
It's really a great day to be here today and celebrate our graduation with our colleagues, and I'm really proud to be one part of the Ministry of Health and one of the graduates today.
We are really so impressed after hard work. 1 year of hard work, and today it is our day to celebrate our happiness for the graduation.
Thank you for all our, who support us during our study, and really we are glad today to have this certificate, and we are hope next time we are seeing other staff to see in this position. Thank you.
I think graduation is a special ceremony that is celebrating an achievement for all of this huge number of graduates who are around I think, the venue. And I wish them all the best, and I would like to thank Ministry of Health for preparing this healthcare force for coming and embarking into the new field.
Actually, we have faced a lot of challenges during our study, and what we have is we showed that we can do it, and we did it. And I hope, inshallah, we can benefit the country, inshallah.
As it has been expressed by the graduates that they are very happy for the completion of their program, and now they are ready to join the service. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television.
And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog early morning and late at night along South Sharqiya and Worcester. Winds will be northerly to northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A hijacked plane from Libya lands in Malta with 118 people, including 7 crew members on board. At least 88 civilians are killed in Turkish airstrikes on Daesh group bastion in northern Syria. And UN Security Council delays vote on resolution against Israeli settlements. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.